Hello everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel, Giselle and the Philippines, and welcome if you're new on my channel. For those who are new, my name is Giselle, and for those who are new, this is Jan. And for today's video is we are going to share our experiences dating as a young Filipina and as an older foreigner. And this is a very common questions that we usually receive from
Mhm.
our viewers that are why are you dating her and why are you dating him and what are those things that we need to see first when in terms dating Filipina. So if you are currently dating young Filipinas or if you are currently dating an old foreigners, then you should watch these videos. But before that, I'm very thankful because we reached 10,000 subscribers now.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, guys, for your
Very nice.
support on Giselle in the Philippines to grow the channel. And without you, I am not here sitting in front of you talking. And I am just very thankful for all your support. So, without further more, let's start this video. How are you, John? So, before anything else, John Burden is my longtime boyfriend and fiance for over 3 years now. We're going to be 3 years next month, and it's been a while that we haven't have our conversations like this. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing great. I miss my girl. I miss being in the Philippines with you. But other than that, things are good.
Yeah, so John visit in the Philippines twice already. So we've been seeing each other twice. I'm glad that you're having fun here in the Philippines.
Yes, yes. I love being in the Philippines, and more importantly, enjoy being with you very much.
Yeah. So for those who haven't watched that viral video, you should watch that. That is about my second meeting with you. What are those things I encountered, and what are those learnings as a Filipina?
Mhm.
How do I accept those bit, unexpected things? So you just watch that videos, guys. If you're a bit curious, what does it look like? So anyway, let's move on to our questions. I have some questions here that
Okay.
I am going to ask Jan since it's about relationship. So I'm going to um, say my opinion also, and you're going to share your opinion also. So the first question is, what are those special things, or we'll say green things or green flags that you see on me as a Filipina for over 3 years now? Why did you stay with me even though we are in a long distance relationship? Why?
Yeah, yeah. I would say, I mean, things attracted me to you at the beginning, but what made me stay? Well, I think you're very feminine. Um, you are also very kind and respectful, and that creates an environment that lets a relationship grow. And that's something a man desires. It's like food for them. They need that.
Yeah.
So those things keep it growing, and then a lot of things, or something that maybe a lot of people don't know, um, is you're a very funny person as well. So it's fun to be around you. You never know when you're going to be pranked with her. Um, so uh, so it's a variety of things.
Yeah. So there's another one follow-up questions on that. Are you just date young women?
Oh yeah. I have never dated young women before. So I look at relationships as women choose the men, and then men choose the relationship. So uh, when you start talking to me, I one, I didn't know your age or anything, and we just started chit chatting. Um, but no, I've never tried to date younger women, and it's never been a goal of mine at all.
Not your plan even before.
No, I just wanted to get the right girl, and I pay, as you know, I mean, you've had to deal with me for 3 years. So I look at the inside. I almost never look at the outside. The outside will always catch anybody's eye. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. You know, you get a good looking guy, a girl's gonna notice. You get a good looking girl, a guy's gonna notice. But I'm very uh, attentive to what's going on the inside. And what I found in you was very beautiful. And so it was hard to, once I got to know you, I got very attached to you. And then, of course, the outside was almost an afterthought. Um, and not that I'm complaining, nor are your 10,000 subscribers complaining what you look like on the outside. So anyway.
Thank you for that. So, some there's another follow up questions.
Okay.
Some people say that I am after your money. In short, I am a gold digger person, as you know, Filipina. What can you say all of these opinions to them, or you know, what can you say about that?
Yeah. So one of the first things, we both, you and I, have been very honest with each other. We both laid out things that were very uncomfortable for us to say, about our past, who we are. We both are very honest, and that was very endearing. Um, and one of the things that I said to you was, "I'm not a rich American," and um, and that was one of the first things I said. You said, "It's okay, I don't mind. These are the things that I want." And I said,
Yeah,
"Well,
yeah,
I can do those things." I said, I'm just not a rich guy." Yeah, I
yeah,
said, "So if you're looking for a rich person, I'm not the guy you want. But if you're
yeah.
looking for these other things, I think you'll be happy." And I thought, well, then it'll work out just fine if that's really what you really want. And of course, it's been 3 years now, and that's really what you want. So um, that is probably the answer to that question in a way that probably would shock a lot of people, but it is what it is. And
Yeah.
I found out what you really wanted, and I'm like, yeah, I naturally am that person. And the things that I wanted, you were naturally that person. So it made sense, and then we went from there.
So here's the thing. If I am looking after your money, I would never stay with you if you are not rich, right? I would never spend my 3 years being with you if that's what I want, you know? And you said it correctly in the beginning that you said that I am not looking for what you have. I'm looking for someone that I can be with
Hmm.
ups and downs who will support me, you know? But other people think that way. I can't blame them, maybe because they experienced that with some other
Yeah,
Filipinas.
of course,
You
of
know,
course.
maybe it's because of that reasons, but you can't generalize Filipinas scamming whatever because we cannot be together for 3 years if I'm scamming you or you're scamming me or we're both scamming each other, you know? You would
Yes.
sense it. So
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Either I would be some sort of an insecure guy that doesn't know what I'm doing and not very smart, and you would be some heartless harlot that is just trying to scam. And neither one of those are true. I very much know who I am, and you are very much who you are. So it made it a lot easier to connect. And that's one thing that I'm just telling you guys right now. Just be careful with Filipinas because they will be real with you and they'll be honest and very attractive and it's very intoxicating. Um, so when you get a real Filipina, very different experience. And one thing that I would say to you, gentlemen, is you should go where you're appreciated. And if you're not being appreciated where you are, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you should find somebody that does appreciate you. If it's a Filipina or whatever it may be, you should go where you're appreciated. So my desire is to be with a Filipina. I like that. I like the look. And yeah, so that's kind of how that is. Now, one thing I would say, gentlemen, if you are looking for a Filipina that again, go where you're appreciated. And one of the ways to do that is you can go on a dating website. Uh, there are scammers in every country. I don't care what country you're from. You think you don't have any, or you think Filipinas are all whatever, scammers or whatever. Um, there are good women and not so good women in every country. Um, but if you want to go, I would go to Christian Filipina. The reason is they at least try to verify and weed out the scammers. There's always going to be a few that get through any system. It doesn't matter how complicated you make the system, somebody will get through. But you want to get somebody who's real, is the goal. So I would suggest going to Christian Filipina. Giselle has a link in her bio, and please, if you would use that link, Giselle will benefit from that because she's an advertising partner with them. In full disclosure, so if you're looking for a Filipina and you like what you see, like say in Giselle, there are lots of Filipinas that are similar to Giselle that may be in a similar situation, and you may be in a similar situation as mine. I didn't. I had um, decided that I wasn't appreciated where I was, so I started looking around the world. And one of the places that I ended up was the Philippines, and uh, that ended up being what was great for me. So, if that is your choice already, you've already researched a little bit, please try Christian Filipina. The link is in Giselle's bot. It's in her about section, and try that out. See if that makes sense for you, and just give it a try. If you're looking for that right girl, I think there are a significant amount of Filipinas that have the values that you're probably looking for. If you're somewhere in my age range, you're looking for somebody that's a little bit different than what you're seeing in your own country, or you wouldn't be here. And they are more loving, more kind, and more traditional in our respect of what we think of a woman. So anyway, so that's how I see that, and that would be a place to start. I found Giselle 3 years ago. You may have just discovered her last week, but I met her 3 years ago, and I've gotten a chance to know her and love her. There are others out there as well, and we are big on helping in that process as well. It's part of our passion to get two good people together. It would be amazing.
Yes, exactly. Very well said, John. And honestly, I do receive some emails asking, where could I find like you? Well, I
Mm.
am the original, but for surely you can find someone like has a similarities of my
Hmm.
personality,
Hmm.
or you can find someone that, if you're like John, if you're like on his status right now, or if you're like in his situations right now, that you're really looking for real relationship that will work,
Hmm.
like, if you're both honest to each other, it's a very high chance to find for sure someone, because a lot of women in the world, you just need to choose one, because there's a lot of scammers, or like we
There
cannot
are.
right away and that person. You have to be aware with those red flags also in dating a Filipinas. Can you give some couple of red flags, I mean, John, to the viewers right now who are dealing with long distance relationships, especially they are just starting their relationship. What are those red flags for you, for your opinions that you can share?
Yeah. Yeah, I've talked to a lot of guys since we've had this channel, and we've been involved in being an LDR. I didn't even know what an LDR was, and I was in one. I didn't even know what it was. Um, so if they ask you for money pretty quickly, probably a bad sign. Um, now there could be a legitimate need for that, but just send a little bit if you're going to do that. And then ask for what did you spend it on? Find out what they spent it on. Nothing wrong with sending money. If you're a guy and you can't spend $20 to see if a girl would get a load to talk to you. Um, I don't know what part of the world you can live in and not date a girl for less than $20. Um, but you can try that. See what she does. Now, if she does that and 24 hours later she wants more money. Well, that's different. So a red flag is just asking for money. Now, if you chit chatted with her, because Facebook is free and Messenger is free and data is free in the Philippines. You can text a girl, and Giselle and I did that for a long time before we ever got really very far into it. But then at some point, I said, "Well, I'd like to see you," and she said, "Well, I need load to do that." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. What's a load?" Because I don't know what a load is.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
we're
yeah.
used to, like, I'm an American, so I only know my system. We have a network system. You have a cell phone plan or whatever, and then you have automatic that, but they don't have that. They can have a phone and not have any type of cellular service whatsoever or Wi-Fi. But Facebook is free. So what you can do is you can chat with them for free, and you can do that if you happen to find a girl out there by chance. Now, I happen to we happen to be very lucky in how we met. But if you want to speed that up, you can go to Christian Filipina, and you can at least find girls who are looking for a foreigner and looking for a man. And they may ask for a load. They're not going to ask for $100 or anything. They do. Quickly block them and get away from them. But if they ask for just a little bit of money because they don't have money, that's probably legitimate. Um, and I know there's a lot of guys out there who are like, "Oh, well, never send money." Okay, well, show me your girlfriend. This is my girlfriend. What does your girlfriend look like? Okay. So, and more importantly, what is she like on the inside? So you're gonna have to spend money. And by the way, if y'all are so smart and like, "Oh yeah, never send money because you're so brilliant," show me in the world where you never spend money with a girl. If you can tell me that and convince me of that, then you should stick with your plan there. Anyway, so you're going to have to do that, but you can be very wise about it and very smart about it. So just a little bit and see and ask, how would you spend the money? And one of the stories that I have with Giselle that really touched my heart was she asked for like $5 or $10 or something. She goes, I need a little bit to have a load. And there's different kinds of load. And there's loads that you can like text with and like send emojis. And there's a load where you can have a video call. She's like, "Well, I think I need like $8 or $5 or something." So I sent 20. And now these are pre-COVID prices. Okay. So just, it may be a little bit more, but whatever. And so she took the $8 or $12, bought a package so we get a phone call. And then I said, "Well, what did you do with the extra money?" She bought bread for her entire family. And when I mean the entire family, I don't mean the 4 people who live in her house. I mean her entire family, like 20 people. She went and bought loaves of bread. She walked all the way to the bakery. She walked all the way to get her phone thing, to get the load, which took her hours to get all that done. And then that's what she did with the extra money. So she ended up basically giving it to her family out of kindness. And I was like, okay, this girl's different. And we used that load to get to see each other for the first time. And it was a very beautiful thing. And to this day, it still touches me what you did. And that's who you are. That was a perfect example of who you are. So pay attention to how your girl spends money and how she treats you. It's a big deal.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jan, for all your opinions, for sharing what you've experienced. It is very important to the people that who are dealing, like seeking or being with a long distance relationship now. And hopefully we help them with this kind of video that we made. And yeah, thank you so much once again, Jan. And again, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and share these videos. And for those who are seeking for Filipinas, you can try to check the link right up. I will gonna post that on my
Mhm.
description back. So you just don't know. Maybe your girlfriends will be there, or your soon to be wife is there. You don't know. You just don't know. It's nothing
Yeah.
wrong. Right? Thing. So just try. Just try. So thank you so much again, Jan, for spending some time with me. And yeah, I'm gonna end this video now. Thank you so much for watching. This is me again, Giselle in the Philippines. Bye and thank you. See you guys in my next video. Bye bye.